Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean, Martinique, and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning to the world. My name Andre Donald, and of course, you are listening to 91.5 www.drealfmgrenada.com, and also you're more than likely viewing on our YouTube channel. Thank you so very much for making it with us for yet another morning. Let us ask Sister Annette to pray with us. Good morning, Annette. Let us pray.
Good morning, Mr. Donald, and good morning to the nation. And even as the psalmist declare, O Lord, thou hast searched me and know me. Thou knowest my down sitting and my uprising. Thou understandest my thoughts afar off. Thou compassest my path and my line down, and art acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word in my tongue that thou, O Lord, thou knowest it altogether. Father God, this morning, even as we come and we stand on the premise of your word this morning, you're the God who knows the beginning and the end. You know when we sit down, you know when we rise up, Lord. You know every word in our tongue, Lord. And this tells us that we cannot go anywhere from your presence. Your presence is everywhere. You're the ever-present God. You're the faithful God. You're a God who's a covenant-keeping God. And you're a God who is a God of love and mercies and forgiveness, but you're also a God of judgment, and you would repay. So God, even as we come this morning, we are conscious, bring that consciousness in our hearts that you see everything. Everything is open and bare before you. You say there's nothing hidden that shall not be known, nothing that is sown in darkness that shall not be brought to light. And even the things we talk in secret, it can be revealed, because you're a revealer of hearts, and you're a God who knows everything. And this morning, Lord, they should behoove us to, be conscious of who we are, be conscious of your presence, Lord. I pray today that you'll bring a consciousness and an awareness of your presence in everything we do today. We'll always not, even when I'm not watching and the boss is not watching, or our leaders are not watching, or even those who are in authority over us are not watching, God. Help us to know that you are ever present. You are is listening to every conversation, God. And this morning we come to you, Lord, and asking you to just make us to be what you want us to be and not what we want to be for ourselves, God. God, because of that sinful nature, we tend to want to do our own thing and live how we want and do any crazy thing. But God, help us to know that you, even though you love us and you have mercy and pardon, you're going to punish us. Sins always have consequences. And Lord, help us to be conscious of the Lord. Today we want to give you thanks for all the goodness towards us, your mercies, even over the season when there was a lot of reveling and so many things, Lord, happened, God. We still continue to thank you for your mercies and for your pardon and for your forgiveness, Lord. As we stand in the gap today, we intercede on behalf of each other, Lord. Because if the watchman watcheth the city and he see the sword cometh and he does not warn, God, he will be guilty of their blood. And today we just want to pray, Lord, that we stand in the gap on behalf of our nation for all that was displeasing and unlovely and unholy and unlawful that went up in the stench of your nose this morning, over the last days, Lord. We stand and we intercede and we ask, Lord, for your mercies. And you will not treat us according, you will not recompense us according to our reward, Lord, even though we know you are a just God and you judge righteously, Lord. We still begging. Because even when Abraham looked over the city and he said, Lord, if there be 10 righteous, you're going to, you will not destroy the city. And he could not find 10 righteous. So we standing today and we know there are more than 10 righteous persons in Grenada that would not have bowed their hearts and their hands to idols or to give worship to the evil one. And God, this morning we ask for your mercies, we ask for your cleansing, we ask for your forgiveness as we stand in the gap and say, Lord, be merciful to us and cause your face to shine upon us. Turn away from your wrath and your anger towards us as a people, as we intercede and we beg, Lord, because we know, so God, you're a God of judgment. And this morning, Lord, we pray that whatever we do today, we just do it to your honor, for your glory. Watch over our children, watch over our families, even as we make preparation, going back into school and God, this chaos that is in the country because of Barry, Lord, we continue to ask you, Lord, to extend your hands of mercy towards us and your pardon, even as we go through the hurricane season. We are in the peak of it. And God, we just pray that you would just be merciful to us and cause us not to experience another Barry, Lord, another hurricane, Lord. We just ask of you for your kindness and your loving, your favor. We do not deserve it, Lord, but we're asking because we know you're a God who is good. You say, where sin abound, your grace did more abound. So we continue to thank you for your grace that keep covering our sins. But you said we must not continue to live in sin, that your grace may abound. So God, help us that we would flee and turn from the wrath to come. So Lord, today we just give you praise and we give you thanks for your mercies and for your goodness. Sometimes we don't realize how merciful you are and how good you are. And you say the goodness of God should lead men to repentance. And God, help us to turn from our wicked ways and seek your face at all times. Father God, even as today we go through a new day, we ask for your protection, we ask for your mercies, we ask for your pardon. And we give you thanks and praise for all you will do for us and you will continue to do. These and other mercies I ask with thanksgiving in Jesus' lovely name. Amen and amen.
Amen and good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. Bit tired, but pressing in.
Tired?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
And
you
you?
be tired.
Up and down, up and down.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
that.
Said going up and down every day to work and back and up and doing other stuff. It
But
takes
Terry
a
going in
toll
the
on you
mountain, I don't hear
sometimes.
you complaining.
It's complaining. He's more energetic than me, so maybe that's why.
Oh, I see, I see.
I need to go and do my walk and do my exercise, and other things. So
But
you
then
have to
again,
be
one
okay.
has to understand that Union Island are mountains, so. All right, but
Oh,
I say there are no mountains
Union Island.
In Union Island. There are no mountains there, are there?
I don't belong to Union
I didn't
Island.
say you belong to Union. I never said that. I just said that there are no mountains there. I'm just pointing out
There are hills, man. You can climb.
there are no
There are hills you
mountains. There
can
are no
climb. Don't
mountains in
worry.
Karaku. There are no mountains in Karaku. Terry! What? You're hearing?
There, there, somewhere there.
Somewhere.
Terrence. You hear it? The answer.
Oh.
Hmm.
Good morning, my big brother. How are you today?
Morning, sir. Morning, sir.
How are you?
How are
I'm
you?
good. I'm good.
Right, right, right.
I'm good, man.
You're not going by the mountain today, nah?
Exactly. I'm going. I'm going there. I'm going in a while.
Oh my God.
I'm
Oh,
here.
hey?
I have one of my friends from St. George's.
Uh-huh.
You should know him because he used to live at Backway. So he said, how the mountain going? I said, well, things are down. He said, well, your station up there, man, and Real FM, man, they always have talking about the strange concern for the farmers. I said, oh, yes. I said, that's my brother. And I forgot.
Yeah.
And I said, all the way to George's.
Okay, okay. Today I have a very interesting observation, and
All right.
people would like to hear it. It doesn't have to do
Okay.
with agriculture or anything directly, but it just
Uh-huh.
has to do with something that's happening. It's a good thing that is happening, but we
Okay.
have to make way, because if we don't, with this good thing that is
Mm-hmm.
happening, if we don't add to the goodness, then we'll not be able to have that good thing happen again. So we have to be kind of
Again. All right.
careful.
All right.
Yeah. So you can listen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will. I
All
will.
right. Take care, bro. Take care of yourself.
My take care, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Big sister, take care.
Let's do Mr. Donald.
All right then. Bye
Bye.
bye. Right. Good. Good morning. This morning is kind of thing morning, the flu. So I've taken some multi symptoms. Yeah. It has started to act, but not acting as fast as I want it to act. So coming into the AC, you know that's gonna be a killer. But gotta do what you gotta do. Goddess Bella, good morning to you. Texas Connection. Yeah, always there. And let's say good morning to all those, well, there are about 50-something people or so latched on, but those who have indicated that they're on. Theresa Joseph, she's in Toronto. Yeah, Deborah LeBowden, Joycelyn Francois, and Vero Wellington. Vero, did you say where you were? I can't remember. Alban Harris and Joanne Francis. Errol, the Bonaparte guy. Bonaparte. And Andrew's going on this show, my Jeremiah. Goddess, good morning to you. Christine Hartley and Claudette Sylvester. Claudette is in Toronto. Kathleen Ledlow, good morning to you. And here's hoping that you're having a wonderful day. Well, usually she's in Baltimore, but this morning she's in Carriacou. Cynthia Bartholomew, how you doing, girl? Cynthia, how long you gonna be in Carriacou? I don't know. Claudette Sylvester, it's cold again. Okay. You mean Toronto is cold again? That's not good, is it? Yeah, I know, and I know you really and truly can't handle that at this time, Claudette. But don't worry, things will be okay. Natalia John. How you doing, girl? So the media laid one of its fraternity to rest yesterday. Llewellyn Smith. All right, so for those of you now, and this is the final thing for this time on Llewellyn Smith. His mother was from Rosehill. I don't know how many of you would know that, but his mother was from Rosehill. So, again, I always tell you, the better ones come from St. Patrick. I say that all the time, but you guys don't believe me. So Claudette is saying that it's cold again in Toronto, and somebody's saying, Roslyn Alexis is saying New York is cold too? Oh gosh. That's not good.
You gotta be careful.
Uh-oh.
You gotta be careful.
Wow.
Where you go?
Oh, you didn't know the better ones come from St. Patrick, eh? You didn't know that. Sorry, I can't help you in that way. You should have known. And the better ones come from St. Patrick. We are like that. Don't get it twisted. St. Patrick is the place to be from.
Notice is hereby given that the annual general meeting of the River Sally Cooperative Credit Union is carded for Sunday, August 25th, 2024, under the theme Celebrating Our 50th AGM with Confidence and Commitment for the Future. The general meeting will be held at the River Sally Government School from 4 p.m. Members attending are encouraged to register at the following branches: River Sally St. Patrick at 442-2732 or 442-9870. Email info@riversallycreditunion.com. Main Street, Sauterne, St. Patrick. Telephone number 442-2732 or 442-9870. Email address info@riversallycreditunion.com. A token of appreciation will be given to long-serving members. Special conditions will apply. Members must be an active member. Borrowing must be up to date. Transportation will be provided. For persons interested, please contact the credit union on 442-9870 for reservation and more information. Come hear your board of directors and committee members as they share updates about your institution.
Sponsor of many cultural activities within the Trial State of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matterson, also known as Leftist, and I'm a calypsonian and string band music player from Carriacou. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carriacou and Petit Carnival, the Carriacou String Band Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
50 years as an independent nation. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Bank on a bright future with Co-op Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Aspire, build, and advance with 100% financing to buy land, purchase or build your home, or make those much-needed home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, low interest rates. And that's not all. 100% financing on brand new vehicles with 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you this year with special financing from Co-op Bank. Apply today.
Welcome home.
Become a leak finder. Check for leaks in and around your home. Common places for leaks in the home are kitchen pipes, below kitchen sinks, shower heads, bathroom faucets, toilet tanks, and laundry rooms. One drip every second adds up to 5 gallons per day.
A message from the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada, GCRUISE project.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. Challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. How you move when you move it. Which direction leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen all of a sudden before you realize it's only a disguise. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. With what you do and how you're doing it. If you do, when
Morning Grenada, morning Carriacou, morning Petey Martinique, and the friends in the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Top of the morning to you, and hope that you are doing fine this good-looking Tuesday morning. And as you know, this every Tuesday morning, every single Tuesday morning, we link with the folks at the Morris Bishop International Airport, and they will give us an idea of what the weather is going to be. I think yesterday morning we spoke to Brother Jonathan Price. This morning, we're going to speak to our dear friend, Trisha Miller. Trisha is going to tell us exactly what it's going to be weather-wise today. Good morning, Trish. How you doing?
Good morning to you. I'm fine, thanks. Good morning to listeners of Real FM. It's a fair morning here at the airport. The winds are calm. Barometric pressure 1014.4 millibars, which is above the mean and it's rising. Present temperature 28.6 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 82%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 31.7 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 27.6 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, only a trace of rainfall was recorded here at the FBIA, hence the total for the month remains at 114.8 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be mostly fair with a few light to moderate brief showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 32 degrees Celsius. Seas slight to moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tides will be low around 9 a.m. and high about 3 p.m. Sunset this evening at 6:24. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:56. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be mostly fair with a few light to moderate brief showers. From the Met Office, Trisha Miller.
Thank you very much, Trish. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Same to you.
Okay, bye-bye. Trisha Miller at the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office giving us the latest weather. I hope it was, I do hope that you not necessarily enjoyed it, but it made a difference for you today, so you can at least plan your day and know whether or not you should wear water boots or walk with a coat or whatever. Man, I tell you what, the cold is coming on, so I know that for a fact. This is one of the mornings that I'm praying that the folks who are able to call on WhatsApp, that you can assist me. Yeah, because I need you to call in. And when I finish here at 9 o'clock, please, I beg of you, don't call me. Those of you who, figure that you have to speak to me for the day, just don't call me. No, I'm not being rude. This is one occasion and I'm not being rude. I'm just being safe as it relates to Andre. If I want to be rude, I can be rude. You know that.
When you walk, what you say, when you talk, when you go.
But there's absolutely no reason for me to be rude with you today. Okay, I ain't really got much to talk about this morning. I'll be honest with you, I ain't really got much to talk about this morning. But I must give you a little scenario of something that happened yesterday. I went to, remember I said that I was going to Llewellyn Smith, his funeral. So I went, but people who, and when I do funerals, unless I don't have something to do inside of the church, I'm there, just at the front of the church. I don't know, it's just that funerals, I don't do them well. I've had to do my first grandmother, first person in relation to death for me was my little sister. And then my grandmother, that was tough too, very tough. But in short order, then I lost my grandfather by my dad, then my grandfather by my mom, then my grandmother by my dad. Yeah. Then I lost a big brother. Those occasions were pretty hard. Then, well, before I lost Big Brother, of course, I lost the lady, meaning my mom. And my father was killed. How old was I? I was in like about Form 3. Yeah, my father was killed. That would have been back in, I think it was 1981. Yeah, that's when he was murdered. No, not in Grenada. So I don't really do deaths very well. So I one thing I don't do, I try to remember the people who are gone. I try to remember them alive and walking about and that sort of thing. So I try not to look at their faces. Once it's somebody I really know, I try now not to look at their faces. So I can remember them full of life. So I didn't go to look at Lou Smith's face yesterday. No, I didn't. I wanted to remember him as Lou Smith, Llewellyn Smith 002 walking around. And that's my memory of him. Driving that Mitsubishi Tredia, a red. Yeah, that's the last vehicle I knew he owned. So that was a kind of experience for me yesterday. But here's a light moment. Well, a light and a heavy moment, depending on which way you look at it. So I'm standing in front of the Catholic Church at Grand Anse. I'm standing there, and people are coming in, parking up, entering the church, and I'm there. Group of guys, we just standing there. Not that I knew them, or I don't know if they knew me, but I didn't know them. Most of them didn't know. So, being as observant, as a journalist, you're taught to improve those skills of being observant. So, what transpired next was very interesting. What transpired next was so interesting that even at this time right now, I tend to laugh it. So here's what. I saw a first vehicle arrive. It was SUV, white. I saw that vehicle arrive. And something just clicked in my mind because I'm looking and I see it's being driven by a police officer. So I'm like, oh, okay. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is not far off. And just as I said, boom, come around the corner. Those of you who know the churches and know that I'm standing in the front of the church. Comes around the corner, on the church grounds, of course. And there is the vehicles that the Chinese gave us, them Prados, them black Prados. So, and that vehicle, the first vehicle that carries the Prime Minister, because the other black one is a backup. So the first one stops right in front of Andre. I'm like, oh no. My first thing was like, Andre, just move. But then I said, no, Andre, if you move, that would be disrespectful. And remember that even if the glass is dark and I can't see inside, but whosoever is inside is looking or could be looking at you, Andre, so you can't move. I'm like, okay. And this is Andre speaking all this to himself. Then the security officer, the police officer, he comes out, the one who's at front, he comes out. And he looks at me for just a split second, but I can see that recognition on his face, and I'm laughing here inside, yeah? And then he opens the door. When he opens the door, the Prime Minister comes out. And he stands up and he says, "Good afternoon." So I said, "Good afternoon, sir." Did he say good afternoon to me directly? I guess because I was the one standing right there. There were other guys standing around, but they weren't in like direct. I was like the one where I was standing, I could see straight into the car. So he said good afternoon. I said good afternoon, sir. And he, of course, the protocol people, the gentleman, took him and brought him inside of the church. So the vehicles drove off and took their park. And then there was one guy there who said, he's standing to my right, and he said to me, "What happened? The man say good afternoon and you don't answer?" So I'm like, what? But then there was another guy, two guys standing to my left. And they immediately said, no, you're wrong on that one. He answered. And he said, no, he didn't answer. And the guy said, no, you're wrong. He answered. He said, "Good afternoon, sir." And that is exactly what I said. So I looked at him, and according to my good friend Cami, and a statement she likes to use, but I didn't give him everything that Polly gave the drum. I gave him half of what Polly gave the drum right there in front of the church. And then shortly after that, I left. I gave him half of what Polly gave the drum. And it's a good thing I don't remember faces like that. So I will not see him again. I will not see him. He may see me, but I will never see him again. But I give him half of what Polly gave the drum. Come on, let me tell you all something, yeah? First thing, there's a woman called, or there was a woman, but to me she still is, called Agnes. And bet your bottom dollar, one thing she taught me was respect for every person, man, woman, child, dog and cat too. She taught me respect. And Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell holds the second highest office in the land. And one has to have respect for him. So if he says good afternoon, it's expected that you should return the courtesy. So Agnes taught me respect. So in no way I was really going to do that. But know this, learn this, and believe this. Put this one in your pipe and smoke it, I did not have to say good afternoon. I did not have to respond because I am an individual. So it is my choice to respond or not to respond. So if I did not respond, I am well within my rights to respond or not to respond. However, I did. And this is what happens with the people who worship Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell and thinks that he's a demigod. And they figure, you see, I know what happened to the guy. He was totally disappointed that the vehicle stopped right in front, right? So when the door had to be opened, it It was opening right on Andre Donald. And I didn't run to get there. I was standing there all along. So I didn't run to get there to be in a position where Deacon Mitchell, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, can see me. He probably wanted to be where I was standing so he could just do so and say, move, I would have moved. But he didn't get that opportunity. So as a result of that, he was upset. So he was trying to put forward the notion that I did not answer. But I give him half of what Paulie did the drum. I didn't give him everything what Paulie did the drum. I give him half. And let me tell you something. I was very, very disappointed in the guy. Good morning to you, Jackie. How are you doing, my dear? I was hoping that you have a wonderful day. I love you, Grenada, and I respect you, Grenada. Don't try to see the other side of Andre Donald. You've never seen it. You've heard me do so, and I've said things that you probably would not have said, but you've never seen the other side of Andre Donald. You've never seen that side. I can tell you that. You have never seen that side. Don't pray to see that side. Probably the only person who is alive who has seen that side will be my big sister. She knows that other side of Andre. That's not a good side. I'm even afraid of that side. Trust me. So don't pray to see that side of Andre. It is not something that looks good. And Andre is already unpleasant to look at. Right. So good. So let's move on. I take this opportunity to congratulate the present administration on the monies that they're giving out to the Kirani, Lyndon, and others, yeah? Brilliant. These people deserve as much as they can get. Although the country continues to give to them. And I await the day when I hear them giving back to the country. But that's for another time. But the country keeps giving to them. And really and truly, hey, hats off. The coaches, I've heard that coaches are also receiving monies. Great. Wonderful. Coaches receiving monies. Now, one of the things that I said earlier this morning, and it has to do with this. We are rewarding these present athletes. Rewarding them, rewarding their coaches. And these athletes, they have performed. But here is this. Where is the next medal coming from? And I'm talking Olympics here, 4 years away. Do we have another medal? Is there going to be another medal in 4 years from any one of the athletes that have just won medals? Kirani, no, he's going to hang up the thing. He's not going to. I don't believe he's going to go back to the Olympics. But to the other two gentlemen, do you think that they'll go back to Olympics and they'll win or place in the decathlon or in the javelin? I don't know. I don't really see it. And it's not that they cannot be committed to doing it, but age is definitely not just a number when it comes to athletics. age is definitely not just a number when it comes to athletics. So where's our next medal coming from? Are we identifying talents that we need to work on? I tell you this, I do not see, and I'm being straight here, I do not see a medal in 4 years. I do not see another medal in 4 years. I can't say I point to a person and say, yo, that person is going to. I'm not seeing it. Not saying that it is not possible, but I am not seeing a medal in 4 years. Not seeing that at all. The trick is, I am probably seeing a medal in 8 or 12 years. But who is it going to be? I don't know. And that is where our problem is. That is where our problem is. And it is all well and good and it is proper to reward those who have flown the flag, gotten the medals, here and them on the international scene. It's great. But are we paying attention to the younger crop of athletes that are around? Are we looking to see whether or not Deshaun Oliver, I think he's going to go to SAS. Are we looking to see whether or not he can be an Olympic medalist in about 8 years? Can he? Can he go to the Olympics in 8 years? Are we looking at that? Are we seeing whether or not he has that ability? Or there may be another chap from another school who is going off to secondary school? What is being put in place? Now, it's all well and good to reward. But what about the source? How are you replenishing the source? First and foremost, already the chap or the young lady moved on from primary school and you've seen her talent as he or she enters secondary school. You've seen the talent. What are you doing? And I'm calling on government here. I'm calling on the corporate sector. What are you doing? Corporate sector, are you aware? Government, are you aware? Asking the question. Because this child who performs with raw talent is a prospect. And that child needs now proper spikes, proper clothing, proper nutrition, proper coaching techniques, and so on. All these things. This child needs it. Because the child is operating on pure talent. So now you see the talent, what are you doing? And government, yes, as I said, government, yes, applaud you for rewarding those who have accomplished. Now tell me, government, what are you doing? What is the plan? Sports culture and nation building. Sports. That's the National Lottery Authority. So, have we put aside funds and say, okay, fine, here's what? Every month, the parents or parent or guardian of athlete A can go to the supermarket and pick up what is necessary. Yeah? So as to ensure that this athlete has proper breakfast, proper lunch, proper supper, snacks where necessary, the nutrition bars and stuff like that, so that this athlete can get these things so they can continue to train and to get better and better and be our next Olympian? Or are we going to wait until special talent like Lyndon Victor and Kirani James and others come along? So they're special talent, so they're going to win with or without government's help, they're going to win. Is that what we're waiting on? No. I think we can do better than that. We can control our destiny. And yes, reward Kirani James and others. No problem. I have absolutely no problem with that. I'll come to that, a portion of that in a minute though. But speak to the coaches, speak to the schools. Who are the others that are available? Who is that youngster from primary school who is looking like a good talent? Who is that youngster who has entered secondary school and looks like a good talent? And not just athletics, in football, in cricket, in basketball, in swimming, whatever sport. Let us do so and set up a dam. Yeah, a dam. So we're looking at all the talent in there and then we're pulling them out. And we're dealing with them individually. And not just because we want to have likes in the political sphere, we give them $100,000 US. Yeah, maybe that's not enough. But because you want, no other government has given them any monies like that. I agree. But one government did provide the infrastructure. You didn't. The infrastructure was created. If Kirani didn't have that synthetic track so as to practice on, things may have been different. I don't know. I'm not God, but it may have been different. So I say to the government of the day, do not do this for political gains. Do this because you need to do this. Understand that while you reward those who have come across, those who have given us recognition throughout the world, we have to look and see where is the next Olympic medal coming from. Who is going to be our next Olympic champion? And straight up, I say to you, I don't see another medal for us before the next 8 to 12 years. Morning, Renata. Love you, love you, love you loads.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, boats of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do.
Tourism is me, tourism is you, tourism is everybody, and tourism Tourism connects us all. Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business. Tourism is your business. Tourism is our business. Listen one and all.
Tourism connects us all. A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Still thinking of ways to win bigger in NLA games? Well, think no more. The NLA has boosted your chances of winning bigger by adding Multi-X to Daily Pick 3. Yes, folks, now you can add Multi-X, the winnings multiplier, to Daily Pick 3 and Playway for more chances of winning bigger. For a limited time only, the 7X multiplier continues to be added to Multi-X. Picture adding Multi-X to your Daily Pick 3 $10 inline bet for chances to win $38,500 instead of $5,500, and your Playway $10 bet for chances to win $1,680 instead of $240. Increase your winnings by Multi-X times more. Play smart, add Multi-X, and win bigger. Must be 18 years and older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Some exciting news for you. JetBlue is thrilled to announce its new non-stop flight every Saturday from Grenada's Maurice Bishop International Airport to the vibrant city of Boston. Now you can embark on your Boston adventure without any layovers. JetBlue is making it easier than ever to explore this incredible destination. Whether you're visiting family or friends, exploring for the first time, or simply experiencing Boston life, JetBlue has you covered with a convenient non-stop flight, complete with comfortable seating, complimentary snacks, and an array of entertainment options. You'll arrive in Boston feeling relaxed and ready to explore. So now's the time. Visit JetBlue.com to book your flight and bring Boston closer to Grenada. Let your adventure begin.
Like family. It's always exciting when lottery players get together. Now the lottery games are joining in the fun. Check out the multiplier family of Instacash games. 5 times the cash at $2, 10 times the cash at $3, and 20 times the cash at $5. On your tickets, match any of our numbers with any of the winning numbers and win the prize below that number. There's more. Multiply your winnings up to 5 times, 10 times, or 20 times more. Winning is easy. Play Monday to Sunday. There are no draws to wait on. Win instantly. It's the multiplier family of Instacash games with over $675,000 to be won instantly. Don't just buy one, buy all, because family is everything. Must be 18 years and older to play. NLA, making family dreams come true.
Take a moment to consider water today. Leaving the pipe partially open can waste lots of water. Always ensure that the tap is tight. 1 drip every second can add up to 5 gallons per day. Do your part to conserve water today.
A message from the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada, Chicus Project.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk,
Yeah,
what you say.
I'm here. Good morning to my friend Hudson George. Hudson, how are you? Hudson, you know the number, 442-0175. If it is in your spare this time, if you can, yeah, you can give us a call. But I like your statement, Hudson. If the government builds a track and field place in St. Andrew Parish, they can produce more medalists. By that, I'm thinking that you mean synthetic tracks and also good throwing areas and good jumping areas. But synthetic tracks are very expensive. And if we had to put down a synthetic track in say, the St. Andrew area, it will have to be on a playing field where it is controlled. So you don't really have too many people walking on it. That's one. You don't have other activities besides athletics. So maybe they can do with Hudson at this time. Maybe they can continue to do with the grass tracks, and as they improve, then with better organization, and that's what I was saying, put monies into a pot, into a program. So as you see the athletes developing and you realize their talent and you realize the need for them to move to the next level, you can now have these smaller buses or whatever to pick them up ever so often, bring them to St. George's, because that's where our national stadium is. Bring them there, have them work out with the best possible facilities, and then, of course, you bring them back home. This, I see, really and truly, Hudson, is the way to go. But the whole aspect of developing synthetic tracks across the island, that will be a big challenge, with the understanding that most of our grounds are multifaceted. It is for athletics, it is for cricket, it is for football, and it's for parties, most of our grounds. So we have to realize that that may not necessarily be possible. Right, Hudson? But I will appreciate your call. And as I did say to you this morning, friends, I really and truly I'm suffering here because of the cold. Yeah. It really wants to kill me. Yeah, it really wants to kill me. Who am I supporting with the water? Nobody. Yeah, I realize that I usually come here drinking and supporting this person with water and that person with water, and you're seeing it, and you're going to buy it, and they're not advertising with us. So I decide, no, I stop that. Somebody's saying here, Ned will be our next Olympic medal. Ned, who is Ned? Jerome Lewis, who is Ned? Can you call us and tell us who is Ned? We'd love to know, so I can put my eyes on Ned. Who is Ned? John Mark, good morning to you. And so too, I say good morning to Pearl Lewis. Here's hoping that you have a wonderful day, Pearl Lewis. What is Ragbaston saying? But I didn't see the track, and the National Stadium got damaged after the shows that they had there. Well, look at it this way. Ragbaston, special care should have been taken. I don't know. I didn't see what care was taken, but I know that just after, if you remember, just after Krifta, there was a show at the stadium, and special care was taken so as to protect the track. And I believe that should have been the same thing for this carnival season gone, that the tracks should have been protected. That should be the way to go. Otherwise, all right, we'll be just back to square one. Kyle Ned. Can anybody tell me who is Kyle Ned? Yeah. Jerome Lewis, you need to do a lot better than that. First you say Ned will be our next Olympic medal, and then you say Kyle Ned. Well, how do I know who is Kyle Ned? Maybe I'm supposed to know, because I'm in the media, I'm supposed to know, but unfortunately, Jerome, I don't know who is Kyle Ned. So why don't you give us a little bio on Kyle Ned, maybe say where he's from, so that we start looking out for that particular individual. You can say also what event, what discipline we are looking at this Kyle Ned in. Oh, I have a free advertisement for Antonito. Where are you? I need for you to call me. Antonito, you need to call. I need to ask you a question. You are a reservoir of knowledge, Antonito. And I really need to ask you a question. Also, Jerome Lewis, let me know who is Kyle Ned. Where is he from? And what discipline is he involved in? I'd love to know that. Antonito, where are you? Come on. You just said good morning and you disappear. You can't just disappear on me like that. I need for you to call 4420175. Well, you know it already. Pat Kip James. How are you, Pat? I trust that everything is fine. Nice seeing you. And you have a big smile this morning, Pat. I was hoping that you have a wonderful day. Pat, you must give us a call one of these mornings. Don't just say good morning. Give us a call. Let us know where you are, whether you're in Union Island, whether you're on mainland St. Vincent. Yeah, let us know what's happening. How did the hurricane treat you? That's the next thing you need to let us know, Pat. How did the hurricane treat you? How bad, good, indifferent, whatever it was for you, and how are you recovering? Hold on, let me see that phone working this morning. Yeah, the phone working? The WhatsApp working me? So like nobody want to do so and link with us this morning. One of those mornings. Antonito. It's 5 minutes after the 8 o'clock. Our friends, coming up at 9 o'clock, we've got News in 5, as produced by the News and Current Affairs Department of Real 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. One of these mornings, I have to come on here and curse. Yeah, some people to curse. Yeah. You would know who they are. But where is Antonito? Antonito didn't want to do so and be part of us today. Well, you know what? When it is said, if the mountain can come to Muhammad, Then Muhammad had to do so and learn to go to the mountain. I ain't seen Antonito name at all. Like his name is not listed in here. I'm looking for it. But not seeing his name listed here at all. Antonito, oh, there you are. There you are, Antonito. Okay. And the phone is ringing. Aha. Antonito, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. Morning, sir.
How are you? You're not working today, my friend?
Nah, I have some business taking care of this morning.
You have some business taken care of this morning. Now, you know I don't like to mention certain names, right?
Uh-huh.
And I hope that you'd respect the fact that I don't mention certain names, okay?
Yeah.
But I understand that you have wheelbarrows and stuff for sale. Did you check that out? Did you?
Right. Well, apparently the individual that posted that put a post with what appears to be a receipt of the company that sells and deals in those equipment. But let me tell you something, Andrew. I happen to deal with that company also. And that invoice that I saw on that page does not have a name. That same said individual, there was a couple of weeks back, well, probably 2 months back, they put out another invoice from a government institution saying that they pay taxes. Now, if you look at that document, you can clearly see that document, in my view, was doctored or AI. The company in question that sells those particular instruments with those names, because that's a brand company for Grenada. When you go to that company and you make such a purchase, even if you go to fix your equipment, your name is attached to any invoice or any bill that you operate or get from that company. So nice try for that. But it is what it is. Because in my humble view, those equipments that I see there, that I saw, some of them, I know that the government of Grenada, be it the NDC-led administration or the NNP, those are the same kinds of machines that was given out in the Empower program. I could be wrong, but that's my take on it.
So do you have the pictures? Because I know you usually keep pictures and so on. Do you have the pictures?
Yeah, man.
So how come you didn't send the pictures to Andre?
Well, Andre, you're supposed to be in the loop. You're the journalist.
Well, yeah, I'm in the loop with you. I'm in the loop with you,
well,
bro.
normally, you know, that one cannot pass, because you see, at the rate we're going right now, these guys they really want us body. They want anything that can stick on us like magnet, and they ain't getting that. Their traction is very, very, very slow right now. They're worried about our viewership. I have never known that NNP have 9 programs in Grenada.
Oh, yeah?
As far as I know, NNP has no program. As far as I know, NNP has no program that they are sponsoring that is named NNP program. The only program that I know that has a political name to it is a program called NDC Admit. I have not known of any program NNP have that is on radio or podcast. I know there's Real FM. You guys have a program on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. That's Real FM. I know of a lady, Miss Simon, she has a program. I know of a guy, Royalty, he has this program. And if you say these programs are hinted that they are probably more pro NNP, you can say that, but people also understand what is taking place here. When people are putting expression on a political party and they do it wrongly, I find the party should take them to court, because you can't say that you have a political party having programs and that's not the truth. You're just misleading the public. But that's a mantra. And quite frankly, I don't care.
You don't care. Oh, but the thing about it is that I want... So what equipment is being sold? Because I need to purchase.
Well, I think I see some brush cutters, those weed eater stuff. I saw wheelbarrow. I saw something like a lawnmower. You know, I mean, gas bottle and stuff like that.
So let me ask you a question. Would it make sense for me, economic sense for me, to go to that company, purchase stuff, and then try to sell said stuff? Would that make sense for me economically?
And well,
No, I'm
no, it
asking
wouldn't.
I'm
And
asking a
that
question
also,
here. So tell me.
no, and that also can warrant a lawsuit from the company, because as far as I know, that company is the only agent for such machinery, and especially when you're saying you have brand new machines selling. You see, we people, the individual likes to talk so damn much that they don't realize they're talking and they're putting themselves in problems, because there's no reason for you to go and buy stuff to sell over. What is the purpose of it? What is the reason? What is the gain here? And even if you're doing that, you're supposed to have your network that is so clean that you have so much, they can do that off the grid without putting your name to it. That's how dumb these people are. They talk too many, and they don't realize that they're putting their own party in problem, or the party that they claim they support, or they claim to be a part of. This individual is saying to the world that he's not working anywhere, he doesn't have a salary. So how the hell are you buying equipment for more than 10,000? So where are you getting the money? You're robbing it? These are the things that the supporters of that particular program and that particular guy supposed to take into their head and try to figure out what is going on here. You cannot tell me, you're selling drugs? If you don't have a daily paying job, you're not paying NIS, you're not paying taxes, how are you getting money to buy stuff? And that is something that the people that support him as ministers supposed to look into, because he's damaging their brand, their party, and their integrity. That's all I see, or how I see it.
That's how you see it. Because I heard yesterday that, Gentleman X had these items up for sale. So I said to myself, the only person who can really and truly tell me this and stand with this has to be Antonito. It can't be anybody else, because I'm saying you must know what's going on.
The individual, apparently there's some operators under his page that is making some comments, and he's threatening to sue and who you want to sue and whatever, But you see, the thing is, if you put yourself to scrutiny like that, and you expect, because people like to claim they are what they say them as public figures or content creator. You see, when you put yourself to such scrutiny, you expect the backlash, Like, for instance, I'm following a situation that's going on in Trinidad right now. There's a young lady, Caucasian lady, that does videos, and her videos started with, it's a travel page. So she traveled all over the Caribbean. I met her here once already in Grenada. And she does traveling vlogs and food stuff and vegan stuff. But for some reason, this young lady ended up in Trinidad, always in Trinidad. So that was kind of circumspect. Why Trinidad? Because Trinidad, of all places right now, I mean, I'm not disparaging any country, but we know the situation in Trinidad right now. And this young lady sing her two little songs, and the song that she chose to sing is a Zessa song. So these are the what you call a Trini Bad man song, or Trini Bad, or whatever they call it. The nonsense they call it, Trini Bad or whatever. And then she make a video. Now, when I saw the video, I was wondering, well, what really going on? Because if you are a vlogger and you cater for a certain demographic, you have to remember that children will also be seeing your content. And that content was rather explicit, and right now that is a big topic in Trinidad. So I was telling a friend of mine, and I'm not wishing bad at anybody, because one of the artists the young lady was singing with is a well-known affiliate with gang members. And this guy had bullets fired behind him. So I was saying, if this lady gets damaged or hurt in Trinidad, it will be worse for Trinidad right now with the tourist situation and bans to travel and stuff. I mean, people need to know what they put out on content, what they're saying, and when they're saying it. And that's the problem we have with freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is not freedom. That's the problem. You can say what you want, but not everything that you say will be corrected and be right. But I guess everybody has their own mind. They can do what they want. That's how I see it.
So you're going to send the pictures first to see, so I can decide what I want to purchase, because I'd like to make a purchase.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Although you might see a video coming out that says, look, we don't want Andrew Donald to purchase, You might see that happening. Or you might see under a particular live today, if you don't see it in a couple of minutes, why is Andrew Donald problem? And all this other.
But Andrew, if you're advertising stuff for sale, I mean, I don't think discrimination should be against anybody. Once the price is right,
maybe my money, my money was a hole in it. You don't never know.
Andrew, a lot of us have more patience than Mikey. Mikey life have a lot of patience, but still, what are you gonna do?
I don't understand when you say Mikey life has a lot of patience. What do you mean by that?
Well, you haven't been following social media for the last couple of days. I realize that because you haven't been seeing what's going on. Apparently, the brother he's been bullied by a neighbor of his own, and based on what he said in his life, this has been happening for the last 5 years. The guy is throwing dog feces in his indoor pool in his yard, and the guy is damaging his property, throwing all kind of stuff. And Mikey decided to do a live about it and say, well, he's not getting the swift response or justice from the police as it should be rolled out. So he made his point with the live that this is the last time he'll be addressing it publicly, and if anything happens, at least he made his case. So
no,
let's see how that goes.
That's not the correct way to deal with the thing. And he doesn't have to wait on the police. This is a civil matter. I don't know if this, well, I don't think this is a criminal matter. I stand corrected. But this matter, he can do so and get his lawyer to write to the gentleman and take it from there. That may, instead of you waiting for the police to come, if the police is not coming, there's always another way to deal with it.
Based on what he said in the post that he did the live, he went through all of that and he won his case more than 3 times, and apparently the gentleman is still at it.
He won the case more than 3 times.
Yes, like different issues that he had.
Well, then how is the court dealing with this? And this is something that his lawyer has to look at also. If you keep winning a case against somebody, then the court must hand down some sort of a judgment. And based on the judgment that the court would hand down, if the gentleman still continues to break that, then he, meaning the gentleman, not just pay a fine, but may have to do jail time.
Well, I think this is what is going to come down to, because what Mikey said in that live is that what really draw the line with him is when this thing happened, that the guy apparently he didn't see the guy, he said, because the cameras didn't pick up that. But based on the proximities of the houses and the barricade and stuff, is when your obviously come from there. But what he's saying, what pushed him over the edge is when this thing started to affect his kids. That's what Mikey said. Once his kids, that when he take it, because he said no, that he's been through all this litigation with the court, police been called, warning has been given, and the thing not easing up, and the last straw is when your kids get involved. As with any parent, once your kids is involved with stuff like that, that's where to me the line will be drawn. So, I mean, I just hope this thing don't escalate to a point that someone get hurt, and I know.
Well, according to one of our commentators, you put it this way, Goddess Bella said, it's pretty much vandalism to his property. Posting on social media just causes outside unwanted opinions. The internet people, they can hate the truth. And we have to be very careful when we post and how we post. And I'm not saying that Mikey should not post. I'm not saying that at all. But let us think as to what would I have done if internet was not an option.
Yeah.
If internet was not an option, what would I have done? And based on the remarks that you can see underneath your post, it may influence you into doing something that should not really and truly be done. So I know Mikey. Mikey is my friend, I do believe. And I hope that he understands this and that he's in full control of this particular situation. I'm hoping that he knows exactly what he's doing, because I urge him to continue on the side of right, which is dealing with the police and his lawyers, and so dealing with that. and not take the law into his hands. I hope and pray that he doesn't do that.
But what is commendable about what Mikey said, because I listened to the live very carefully and I was trying to put it together, and what Mikey did said is that he's not angry. He said he's not angry, he's disappointed. And you could hear it in his voice. He said he's not angry. He said he wanted to just be in a peaceful area, grow up his family, and you could hear the sincerity in his voice. So I guess by now, if the police or the lawyers or whoever has to do their diligence, they take this serious, because I mean something like that will break a man or make a man. And that, to me, Mikey shows some good restraint by saying he's disappointed, he's not angry. And I hope he keep it that way. You know, the wheels of justice have a way of moving very slow at times, but sometimes you have to let it roll, even though you're rolling down a hill, but let it roll. You know?
But I say to you, only 68 likes this morning, rather disappointed. Let me do some double check to see if I'm wrong. No, we're up to 72. Normally we get to 100. And I think that we did you
get 100.
Did you hit that like button already this morning, my friend?
I always hit my like as soon as I reach it, I hit my likes.
I just want to know. That's all. Anyway,
I just hit my likes on 2 devices, as a matter of fact. Because I use 2 devices.
Great, wonderful. So, take care of yourself, my brother. Have a wonderful day.
Check your WhatsApp, you too.
Okay, great. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting from studios located at Main Street, Soteas, inside a beautiful historical St. Patrick. My name, Andre Donald. Of course, the responsibility entrusted upon me once again to ensure that your morning gets off to the best possible start. Do stay with us. We will be right back with more.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it, and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Some exciting news for you. JetBlue is thrilled to announce its new non-stop flight every Saturday from Grenada's Maurice Bishop International Airport to the vibrant city of Boston. Now you can embark on your Boston adventure without any layovers. JetBlue is making it easier than ever ever to explore this incredible destination. Whether you're visiting family or friends, exploring for the first time, or simply experiencing Boston life, JetBlue has you covered with a convenient non-stop flight, complete with comfortable seating, complimentary snacks, and an array of entertainment options. You'll arrive in Boston feeling relaxed and ready to explore. So now's the time. Visit JetBlue.com to book your flight and bring Boston closer to Grenada. Let your adventure begin.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, neighbor.
Here's the bill I asked you to pay for me.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need. And we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LEDs.
They burn less energy, right?
Much less. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
And Grenlec is always advising us not to open the fridge too often.
That's right. And my family washes and irons in bulk.
So while Grenada...
Notice is hereby given that the annual general meeting of the River Sally Cooperative Credit Union is carded for Sunday, August 25th, 2024, under the theme Celebrating Our 50th AGM with Confidence and Commitment for the Future. The general meeting will be held at the River Sally Government School from 4 p.m. Members attending are encouraged to register at the following branches: River Sally St. Patrick at 442-2732 or 442-9870. Email info@riversallycreditunion.com. Main Street Sauterne St. Patrick, telephone number 442-2732 or 442-9870. Email address info@riversallycreditunion.com. A token of appreciation will be given to long-serving members. Special conditions will apply. Members must be an active member. Borrowing must be up to date. Transportation will be provided. For persons interested, please contact the credit union on 442-9870 for reservation and more information. Come hear your board of directors and committee members as they share updates about your institution.
Sponsor of many cultural activities within the Tri-Island state of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matheson, also known as Leftis, and I'm a Calypsonian and string band music player from Carrico. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carrico and Pritimatini Carnival, the Carrico String Band Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
50 years as an independent nation. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Bank on a bright future with Quad Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Aspire, build, and advance with 100% financing to buy land, purchase or build your home, or make those much-needed home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, low interest rates. And that's not all. 100% financing on brand new vehicles with 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you this year with special financing from Quad Bank. Apply today.
Become a leak finder. Check for leaks in and around your home. Common places for leaks in the home are kitchen pipes, below kitchen sinks, shower heads, bathroom faucets, toilet tanks, and laundry rooms. One drip every second adds up to 5 gallons per day.
A message from the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada G-Cruise Project.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, boats of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful.
As a bit of information to you, Guyana's born lead singer of the group, the Trade Winds. Remember them? Yeah, Trade Winds. He has passed away. Yeah. So Guyana's born Dean Martin. Is it Dean or Dave? Dave Martin. Yeah. Andre, get your act together. What's wrong with you? You can't that cold is killing, man. That cold is seriously killing me. And the internet is not helping. Definitely not helping. I'm even struggling to put thoughts together. So that's why I'm very careful this morning as to what I say. But I noticed something yesterday. And people say, well, Andre, how God come your business? Well, as a journalist, you're taught to observe. And you store a lot of information. And then when you sit down, then you sort of regurgitate the information in your mind. Yeah, you think again about what you saw. And yesterday, standing, okay, let me put it this way. I have seen Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell up close on very limited occasions, maybe three occasions. It's not like Keith Mitchell I see all the time. Yeah, I see Keith Mitchell all the time. But I've only seen Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell like 3 times up close. Other times it'll be television and so on. And he's not a person of plenty body mass. He's not a person of plenty body mass. But if you do a before and you do a after, or you do a then and you do a now, you'd realize that our Prime Minister has lost some body mass. He ain't a plenty, he's not a big fella. He's not a big fella, have weight and thing like that. He good weight for his size, but he has lost some. Which would tell you, because when people lose weight, there are a lot of things. They're hungry, they're starving, they say they are AIDS. What again? diabetic, that sort of thing. The Prime Minister do hungry, do starving. The Prime Minister do AIDS. The Prime Minister do diabetic. It's stress. Yes, stress that causing this. Let me tell you something. What happened to the PM there is that this thing is harder than he thought. This thing is harder than he thought. He thought that this thing was a walk in the park because he saw Keith Mitchell maintaining his size and being able to be there, to look sharp, to look good. He saw that from Keith Mitchell, and he believed that, man, that thing easy. Prime Minister, you realizing now that thing ain't as easy as you thought it was. And I know you'll have your naysayers who'd want to kill me because of it, because of what I'm saying now. But the fact remains that he has lost some body mass. Whatever the reason, but I believe the reason is the pressures. The pressures of dealing with individuals like Minister Williams, Minister Andrews. Yeah, the pressures of dealing with these individuals. Because to keep them in line is not an easy thing because they never belong. Remember this, that people like Minister Williams, MP Redhead, Minister Andrews, I think it's possible Minister Kieran James. These people understand that they belong to a new group, These people were not necessarily members of the National Democratic Congress. What the Congress realized is that these people, the movement Youth for Change, even the guy's name who I wouldn't mention, even him was a part of Youth for Change. This was not NDC. Don't get that twisted. So that's why I can say to you now that these people that I mentioned, and others too, they were not members of the National Democratic Congress. So when Deacon Mitchell, and you'd understand that I mean no disrespect now, when Deacon Mitchell became the political leader of the National Democratic Congress, he's not the Prime Minister. But when he became the political leader of the National Democratic Congress, these people that I call, they were members of Youth for Change. They wanted a change. They were having their thing. It was not a National Democratic Congress thing. And that is why the Prime Minister at this time is struggling. He is struggling to keep these people in line, and he will continue to struggle. Lennox Andrew was not a member of Youth for Change. Remember the name, Youth for Change. Gloria Thomas was not a member of Youth for Change. David Andrew, not a member of Youth for Change. Adrian Thomas, not a member of Youth for Change. Telesford, not a member of Youth for Change. Dennis Cornwall, not a member of Youth for Change. Joseph Andal, also not a member of Youth for Change. So what we have found ourselves with is two different groupings, NDC and Youth for Change. And now what is happening is that Youth for Change, they still want change. And that is the problem. That is the biggest problem. That the Congress is having at this particular point in time, together with Prime Minister Mitchell. Let me read a comment here. He's vegan, pressure war, rum and other stress relieving additives out there. I don't understand that, Pedro. I don't understand that statement. You need to do so. When all the writing thing and all you want people to read what all the writing, write proper now, man. Otherwise, we will just stop reading your comments, you know. You understand? Like Goddess Bella would write this, and I could put it up and read it. Let the police do their job. The internet will water down his case, my opinion. That she was speaking about the Mikey situation. And you could understand that. But all you want to do is write Ebonics and expect us to put it together. Stop that stupidness. All right, all that. That's a joke. So understand, Youth for Change will continuously want change. Is the National Democratic Congress able to sustain the changes that Youth for Change will continue to want? Question again. Has the National Democratic Congress fulfilled the changes that were requested for by Youth for Change? And that could be the reason for the instability. Yes, there is instability. Don't get it twisted. There is instability. Do you understand? Let us recognize and understand that Grenada does not and cannot deal with this. We cannot be governed by two persons or two groupings at the same time. We cannot be governed by two persons or two groupings at the same time. It was tried during the revolution and it failed. Morris Bishop one side, Bernard Coe the other side, and it failed. There's nothing to prove that it's going to succeed right now. Prime Minister Mitchell, Deacon Mitchell, one side, Youth for Change on the other side. How that work? It was not by mistake that the Prime Minister increased the wages as soon as he went in, up $2,000 in it. It was not by mistake, because he knew that Youth for Change wanted money in their pocket. They wanted dollars. They didn't want change. They wanted serious money in their pocket. So immediately he did that. And then not long afterwards, he did it again. And he knew that if he did not give them at least, he knew that if he did not give them at least $20,000 a month, he was going to have change in Youth for Change. So that is why he brought it up to, what, about $24,000, $25,000? Because that $10,000, you don't have to report what you do with it. Do what you want. So the Prime Minister knew that these people needed monies. These people wanted monies in their pockets. These people at that particular point in time needed to be in a position where they had wealth. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Andrew. Good morning. Andrew, what you said, I support you 100%, right? With the Youth for Change. And I remember one of the journalists asked Nazimok if he will come back and to take over the reign of the NDC. And he said, if he had come back, the Youth for Change, they had to change the attitude because they were very disrespectful to the seniors. And that's where we came out with a certain person on a radio station. And the Youth for Change said that the damn seniors, the gray-haired NDC sub members, they have to go and put them on wheelchairs. They have to put them on wheelchairs because the Youth for Change, they were taking over. And even the older heads of the NDC, the Youth for Change has no respect for them. They ask them to go on wheelchairs. And what we find happening of the same Youth for Change within this government now, they give in trouble. I not abroad, some people could control easy. And the Prime Minister knew that. So what to keep them there and to try to let them behave themselves, he have to increase the salary within two months after they win the election. And they have to put more. And I do believe the way they go in there, if the Youth for Change are get money, they ask for more money. Therefore, the Prime Minister to keep himself as the Prime Minister, he got to do what they ask him to do. Because they are very reckless young set of people, have no respect for the seniors. Well, I say it again, Andrew. When the leaders have no respect, what if the children go do? And our leaders are to discipline and to put the children in the right way. But he can't do it. So what happened? That's what happened with him. So, and you have a blessed morning.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. It is real. It's 91.5. www.drealfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting from studios located Main Street, Satyrs, inside a beautiful historical St. Patrick, the land where they leapt, or so you had thought. Antonito says the NDC has two fractions of radicals. Don't know if I want to call them that, but it's definitely they have two fractions. They have the NDC and they have Youth for Change, which is not NDC at all, but two fractions coming together. Two fractions coming together so as to, one, win the elections, and two, enrich themselves after winning the elections. They succeeded in winning the elections, and by golly, they are continuing to enrich themselves in whichever way possible. They are continuing to enrich themselves. And one is flabbergasted. One of these mornings, I will speak to, and listen to me very carefully, I will speak to 3 persons who are Grenadians. And at this time, these 3 persons, based on information that I am unearthing at this time, they are or they have come together. They have come together to purchase a hotel in London. Now you're probably asking, how the hell can they do that? Keep listening to this station and you will know. Persons who have born with money and persons who have enriched themselves over the past 2.5 years. Good morning, Florence Cyrus. How are you doing? So we'll be asking the question, when we believe that we have the information, we will be asking the question, and the question will simply be, how did you do it? Footballers would want to know. Hoteliers would want to know. And ministers of government will want to know. How did they do it? We've got some 7 minutes to go on the program. And these days when I come on, I don't like to finish the program without having 100 likes. At this particular point in time, I only have 96. I need 4 more to make it 100.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go.
Antonito says, I can't believe government giving out tents for displaced people in Carriacou. I could believe that, Antonito. And I have to believe that. My grandmother used to say, when better can't be done, let worse continue. When better can't be done, let worse continue. There was a boat that came from Guyana with materials early up to assist the government. And Guyana, as we know, produces a lot of lumber. You know that. With the Prime Minister being such a popular guy, remember what I just said it? With the Prime Minister being such a popular guy, quote unquote, a popular guy, isn't it possible that the Prime Minister negotiates with the Guyanese government and cause material that is needed to be brought in to help the people who need the lumber so as to repair their homes, with the understanding that most of the damage had to do with loss of roofs? Yeah? Is it possible that the Prime Minister could sit down with his counterpart and say, hey, I need your help here. If all the material we are hoping to buy from you is going to come up to $100, you have to give us a break. Guyanese government has to give us a break. So we'll pay $75. We want to pay for it. But this material, we need it so as to provide it for the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique and John and Livera to be, we need to give them. because we really want to give them some help. So all the survey that you're doing, get an idea of how much material. You need $100 worth of material, go to the Guyanese government. I'm talking lumber here. Bring it in. And you bring it in to distribute to the people who need to repair that roof over their head. Is that possible? I'm no prime minister. I ain't no brain guy. Do you understand? Let me see what Matheson is saying there. Mr. Donald, myself and my husband say the same thing. Okay. So it means that I ain't speaking rocket science. But it has to be managed. Don't be put so that people can steal it. And ministers of government can help them get away from the long arm of the law. That has happened before. People stole it. And the long arm of the law was prevented from doing justice. They don't know who they are. They know who they are. And the minister who prevented it from happening, she know who she is. Yes, I said she. She know who she is. That's all I'm prepared to say at this particular point in time. It's just about time for me to say goodbye. God bless you. Take care. Have another wonderful day. But I leave you with something that you can think about. When was the last time the Prime Minister did a national address? When was the last time the Prime Minister did a national address? Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the world. I thank you so very much for being a part of the program this morning. And those of you who called in, I did appreciate the call. Take care of yourselves. God bless you until another day. Tomorrow morning, God's will, it will be Master Carl and Gates. They'll be the ones here tomorrow morning. At least I wouldn't be able to face the air condition, I don't think. Probably have to stay home and get some much needed rest tomorrow, God's will. Take care of yourself. One love. And if nobody else in the world loves you, God does. Man gone.
With everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolf in sheep clothing, boats of prey waiting to swoop down on you. And there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. The details when we return.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hello and welcome back. I am your presenter, Kira Gonpot. Locally, the government of Grenada has announced Phase 2 of the post-Hurricane Beryl incentives package designed to support the reconstruction of physical infrastructure and reactivation of businesses affected by the hurricane. In the region, in Antigua and Barbuda, Prime Minister Brown meets with security agency amidst spate of crimes.
More manpower than them, we have more firepower than them. And I'm saying to you that going forward, we're fighting fire with fire and steel with steel.
Prime Minister the Honorable Gaston Brown addressing the top brass of the police force, Antigua Barbuda Defense Force and Border Control. The country in recent weeks has seen a stark increase in violent crime, casting a shroud of fear over its citizenry. The nation's leader says law enforcers have the full support of the government as they stamp out criminal offenders.
Anything that is necessary at this time, let us know, and we'll make resources available immediately. So this is not an academic discussion as to what should be done only, but to implement as we speak. Action.
Be it youth, immigrant, elderly, or national, the Prime Minister says the law of the nation will be enforced. High on the agenda is dealing with gangs.
There must be no gangs in this country. Now, I know that you have to be careful in terms of profiling, but I'm sure that we can develop strategies to break up these gangs. They must find productive things to do. And I'll go as far as saying that we have to target them. We know who they are.
Patrols, he explains, must become a regular practice. Public Safety Minister the Honorable Sir Stedroy Benjamin says efforts are underway to improve the efficiencies of the police force. He, along with PM Brown, had this message for those leading the country's security forces.
Do your job effectively. If you believe for 1 minute, for 1 moment, that you are incapable of performing your duties, do the honorable thing. This is not a child's thing anymore. We want to maintain Antigua as being the safest island in this region. We are losing that. Let us don't make this continue to get worse.
Rakib Aparisi reporting for ABS News.
Internationally, as the World Health Organization recommended on Monday, August 19th, that countries affected by the Mpox variant initiate vaccination plans in areas where cases have emerged. The hardest hit nation, the Democratic Republic of Congo, expressed hope to receive its first vaccine doses.
The Democratic Republic of Congo is hoping to receive its first Mpox vaccine doses next week. The country has reported 16,700 cases with just over 570 deaths since the beginning of the year, according to the Health Minister Samuel Roger Kamba. According to the government, the disease is increasingly affecting young people, and many children under the age of 15 have been impacted. The current outbreak is characterized by a more contagious and dangerous virus with an estimated mortality rate of 3.6%. The surge of Mpox in the DRC, which has also affected Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda, prompted the WHO to declare its highest level of international alert on Wednesday. The DRC is the epicenter of the current outbreak, with the spread of a more dangerous strain of the virus raising increasing concern in Africa and beyond. Outside Africa, Mpox cases have been diagnosed in Sweden, Pakistan, and the Philippines.
And in sports, Cavalier SC and Mount Pleasant Academy both expressed optimism ahead of their clash to open the 2024 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup at Sabina Park in Kingston, Jamaica on Tuesday. The two teams most recently met in a thrilling final of the Jamaica Premier League in May, which Cavalier won 4-3 in a penalty shootout. This ends the latest update of news. Thank you for joining us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Step inside.